Today, let us talk about the scope of AI and machine learning in HR analytics. In order to discuss this topic, we need to have some baseline understanding of what is AI, what is machine learning, what is classical AI, what is generative AI, and then we can understand how currently AI and machine learning is being used in HR field. We also can understand what are the possibilities of AI and machine learning in HR analytics. So let us quickly see what is AI and machine learning. I'll explain this in layman terms. So it's very basic explanation I would be giving here. So machine learning is nothing but we give some data to machine and the machine learns. And then whenever we give a new data to machine, the machine, based on what it has learned, it will predict. It will give us some output based on the historical data and what learning it has done from the past data. So this is machine learning. Artificial intelligence is a big, a broader concept, and machine learning is like a subset of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can mean so many things. For example, robot, right, is an example of artificial intelligence. Robot, we know that it is artificial, it is not human. But artificial intelligence, so human-like intelligence, is put into the robot. And this is just like one example, but that is basic concept of AI and machine learning. Now let us look at what is classic AI and what is generative AI. So classic AI would mean that we have historical data, we give to the machine, machine learns, and we give new data, machine based on what it has learned, it gives us the output. Generative AI would mean that AI is generating in itself something which has not seen before. For example, if I want a picture of astronauts playing basketball in moon, there is no real picture of that, but uh, the chat GPT can actually create by itself by merging all the information that it is having and give you the output. So it is generating something which is not there. Now it is using its intelligence to generate that. So that is generative AI. So now, when we know some baseline concepts, now let us look at what are the current usages or how currently AI is being used in HR space. So, what limited I have read and I know is that AI is slowly being used in the recruitment space, where we are screening job resumes and easily finding based on the keywords that these are some of the resumes for which we need to interview the candidate. So it is really quickly doing those tasks which used to take a lot of time by the recruiters. So initially we needed a big team of recruiters who are looking at these resumes, and now it is being replaced by AI. But then I was also reading a case where a very big company was using AI to scan resumes, and it later found out that a certain population were actually being referred in a much higher frequency. For example, population from certain segments like males or certain candidates from certain universities were being referred more just because the training data set was having these biases. So these are some of the challenges. Now we have AI chatbots who are talking to these candidates and giving them more personalized discussion and responding to queries. So rather than having a team of recruiters, we are actually using chatbots to answer the basic queries. Not only that, the chatbot is actually scheduling the interviews based on looking at their itineraries. So that is a really great use of AI to start with. Now let us look at the possibilities of AI and machine learning in HR analytics. I'd like to say that there are three main possibilities. First is obviously related to data. So AI is known to actually deep dive into huge data sets and bring out insights. So whatever was time consuming, it was taking a lot of time. There were some inefficiencies. So all these things can be done by AI, and we can now focus on more value oriented work. Secondly, I'd like to say that with use of AI, we can really do some advanced analytics, which was not possible before. So, for example, text analytics, sentiment analytics, and predictive analytics. So, we all are aware of exit interviews and pulse surveys. So, these surveys have a lot of text data. And looking at the comments of the feedback of customers or employees one by one is literally not possible. So, use of sentiment analysis and text analytics really brings out the story quickly. And last and most important, I would like to say that AI can really customize and personalize the recommendations for the business groups in HR. Think of it as an example from Netflix. So when you open Netflix, it will show that these are the top 5 or top 10 movies that people are watching. But most of the time, we will not watch those movies, right? We are more interested in the personalized recommendation. Like, because you watched this, you will like this. People who like this also like this. So it's the beauty and the value that personalized feedback recommendation brings to us, and we really want to act on those. So in HR analytics, we do enterprise wide analytics and try to give a more general idea and view of what is happening in the organization. But when it comes to applying all this for every business group, then every business group would not be able to apply it, because actually every business group is a little bit nuanced. They are different, they operate in different geographies, they have different functions. So that is why whenever we do an enterprise analysis, the results of that cannot directly be implemented to the business group, just because they are very different. So with AI, we can really customize and tailor the recommendations to the business group, and without any extra work. So I think that is the future. So those were the three main possibilities of using AI and machine learning in HR analytics. I hope you found it interesting and learned something new. Thank you for listening.